Namaste, Witchlings. Welcome back to Die the Yoga Witch, the podcast. It is Thursday, July 3rd, 2025, and we have just passed the solstice. The light is long, and there is this energy humming in the air, this call towards the horizon. I am so excited to dive into this month's theme with all of you guys out there. For the entire month of July, our theme is going to be adventure and exploration. All right. Let me throw my lipstick back on here because I'm feeling half naked. All right. Yeah, good enough. No, it's not. That looks horrible. Yeah, we're changing which one we're using here. Give me a second. Anyway, now, when we think of adventure, especially in the summer, our minds typically go to big external things, hiking new trails, traveling to far off places, maybe trying something new and thrilling, like kayaking or finally taking that road trip. And all of that is wonderful. And I sincerely hope that you get some of that external adventure in. There we go. But true, lasting adventure, the kind that transforms us, the kind that rewires our spirit, often begins in a much quieter, more sacred space. It begins within. All right. So, for this first week of July, we are focusing our theme on inner exploration, and I want to offer you a powerful reframe. I want you to start seeing your yoga mat as your expedition base camp. Think about it. Before any great explorer ventures into the unknown, be it Everest or the Amazon, they establish a base camp. It's a place of safety, of preparation. It's where they gather their supplies, study their maps, acclimatize to the altitude, and ground themselves before heading into the wild, uncharted territories. Our yoga mat can be just that for us. It is more than just a 6-foot piece of rubber that you got off of Amazon. It's a sacred space, a portable temple. When you unroll your mat, you are, in essence, casting a circle. You are declaring a space that is yours, safe, and sovereign. In that moment, you are saying, this small rectangle of the universe is mine. Within these boundaries, I am in charge. I am safe. I am here to do the work. From this base camp, you can then bravely venture out into the vast, sometimes intimidating landscape of your own mind, body, and spirit. In the Navy, we understood the critical importance of a safe harbor. After weeks or months out on the vast, unpredictable ocean, coming back to port was everything. It was a place to rest, to resupply, to feel solid ground beneath our feet, to reconnect before heading back out. Your mat is your personal safe harbor. And it would appear that Sarge here agrees. He is snuggling back into his bed at my feet. My practice space is almost never empty. If it's not the old man of the bunch, it's Luna coming in trying to lick my face while I'm in downward dog, or Tookers trying to convince me to pet him and rub his belly mid-flow. And we won't even get started on Fuzzbutt. This cat believes any horizontal surface that I'm paying any kind of attention to belongs to him now by divine right. I swear that the fuzzbutt has spent more time in Shavasana on my mat than I have, with Tooker's a very close second. Just saying. And you know what? That's part of it. Your base camp doesn't have to be silent or perfect. Life is happening all around it. My husband might interrupt me by asking me something, or one of my kids might call me from another room. The point is not to shut out the world out completely, but to create an anchor within the world. It doesn't matter what's raging outside, a chaotic day, overwhelming news, family stress. This space is your anchor. This is where you come to meet yourself, exactly as you are, noisy dogs and all. When you step onto that mat, you are stepping into a pact with yourself. You are preparing to explore the territory of you. So, if our mat is base camp, what do we pack for this inner expedition? The beautiful thing here is you already have everything you need. You don't need any fancy gear. You just need to remember how to use the tools that you were born with. Our primary tool is our breath, our pranayama. The breath is the ultimate compass. When your mind is lost in the wilderness of anxiety about the future or tangled in the brambles of past regrets, the breath always points you back to the present moment. It is your true north. We'll practice a simple technique in a minute, but just know that your inhale and your exhale are the most reliable guides you will ever have. Next, we pack our focus, our drishti. In yoga, this is a specific point of gaze to steady the eyes during a posture, such as dancer. But metaphorically, it's about steadying the mind. It's choosing what you give your energy and attention to. On the mat, it might be the tip of your nose or your big toe. Off the mat, it's focusing on what matters, on justice, on kindness, on your own well-being, instead of getting scattered by the endless distractions. In Witchcraft, we call this focus intention. Same tool, different name. And most importantly here, we pack our curiosity and our courage. These are non-negotiable. The courage to sit with uncomfortable feelings when they arise in a deep hip-opening pose. The courage to observe our the terrain of our own history. To ask, why do I hold my shoulders this way? What is my body telling me in this shape? What am I truly afraid of here? And all of this ties directly into our Sanskrit word of the week, Svadhyaya. That is Svadhyaya, Svadhyaya. It's the fourth of the niyamas, the personal observances in Patanjali's 8 limbs of yoga. It breaks down into 2 parts. Sva, meaning self or one's own, and adhaya, meaning inquiry or study. So, Svadhyaya is self-study, self-inquiry, reading the sacred texts of your own soul. Now, this isn't just navel-gazing. This is the active, courageous process of examining your own beliefs, your patterns, your reactions. It's the map-making for our inner world. In the Western magical tradition, one of the core tenets of the Witch's Creed is to know. Know the craft, know the earth, yes, but first and foremost, know thyself. Svadhyaya is the yogic path to fulfilling that magical imperative. It's how we become our own cartographers, charting the mountains of our strength, the rivers of our grief, and the hidden caves of our power. Oh, this is some interesting stuff. I'm going to take a quick sip. Forgot to refill my coffee for podcast tonight, so I'm drinking soda again. Okay, so now let's make this practical. How do we use the actual practice, the Asana and Pranayama, as our mat making tools at base camp? Good question. Well, let's start with the breath. Want you guys to try a simple pranayama technique called samavriti or box breathing. It is a favorite in the military for calming the nervous system under pressure, and you can do this right now wherever you are. So start by sitting up tall. Gently close your eyes. Unless you're driving, please do not close your eyes while driving. Sit up tall. Gently close your eyes. Exhale all the air out of your lungs. Now, inhale through your nose to a count of 4. Hold your breath in for a count of 4. Exhale through your nose for a count of 4. And hold your breath out for a count of 4. It is 4 square or box breathing. So, let's try. We're going to inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Keep going on your own if you want to. This simple, even breath is your compass. When you feel lost, you come back to this equal-sided box. It creates stability. It creates a container for your energy, and it establishes the safe perimeter of your base camp. Now, we have the asanas, the postures. Think of them as surveying the land. Start with grounding poses, Tadasana, mountain pose. Stand, feel your feet on the earth. This is you planting your flag at base camp. I am here. Balasana, child's pose. This is your safe harbor, the tent that you can retreat to anytime you need to rest and consult your map. And then you start to venture out. A deep hip opener like pigeon pose. Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. That's a mouthful. The hips are the junk drawer of your body. Of your family. Wow. We store so much old emotion there. When you settle into this pose and a wave of sadness or frustration hits you, that's not a sign of failure. That's a discovery. You found something on your map. Your job right now isn't to fix it, and it definitely isn't to run from it. It is to breathe into it, observe it with curiosity, and thank it for showing itself. You're just surveying the land here. Heart openers like camel pose, Ustrasana, can feel incredibly vulnerable. You are literally exposing your heart space. This is like stepping out onto a high, windy ridge on your expedition. It requires courage. Notice the urge to shrink back. Notice the stories your mind tells you about safety and exposure. This is Svadhyaya in action. Each pose is a question. What do you feel? Where do you feel it? What is it telling you? Your mat is your laboratory for this research. Okay, guys, we're going to take a quick break here, and I want to invite you deeper into this with me. The podcast that you're listening to and the blog at www.yogawithdialin.com/blog-1. These are my way of sharing my ideas, but the real integration happens in practice. So The 1 hour class I record each week is where we physically explore these themes. We move, we breathe, we laugh. We put these concepts into our bodies. And this week's class is a slow, grounding flow focused entirely on establishing that base camp feeling. You will be able to get access to that class after it is recorded here and the entire library of my past classes by subscribing to the YouTube channel that you are probably watching this podcast on right now. No, it's at Yoga with Dai Lin, and this goes up to Dai the Yoga Witch. Forgive me. Brain fart. I would also like to invite you to check out the Patreon, which is patreon.com/yoga with Dai Lin. Oh. For some of the witchier stuff is at Patreon. Sorry, my notes got covered. And there are different tiers to the Patreon, and your support helps me, a disabled veteran with my wonderfully disabled husband, keep all of this work sustainable and accessible. Please, please, please. And if you are craving a space for deep restorative rest to really anchor into this feeling, join me tomorrow night for my free Friday night guided meditation. We'll be doing a special Yoga Nidra Asana to a practice. It's a yogic sleep designed to journey inward and solidify the feeling of our mat as a safe and sacred space. You can join in right here, wherever you're watching this right now or listening to me. And, you know, your support, whether it's Patreon, buy me a coffee, sharing a post, or just showing up for these live streams, means the world to me. It allows us to build this community where we know it's okay to be both magical and grounded, fierce and gentle. Thank you guys. You are the best. All right. Awesome. All right. All right, my witchlings. We're back to the to the subject of the day. All right. So this is the whole point here. Our mat being our lab. We don't do this work to become really good at sitting on a rubber mat, right? We establish the base camp so we are better equipped for the grand, messy, beautiful, and sometimes brutal expedition of daily life. Being a feminist, being an advocate, being a parent to young adults trying to find their way, my oldest who is almost 27 now, my munchkin who just turned 24 on Sunday, and my youngest spawn who is 21, that requires some resilience. Believing that Black Lives Matter, that women's rights are human rights, that no human is illegal, that science is real, and climate change is happening, holding these truths in a world that constantly challenges them is exhausting. It is its own form of high-altitude trekking, trust me. If you don't have a base camp to return to, you will burn out. You will become so weathered by the storm that you cannot be an effective harbor for anyone else. The self-knowledge that Svadhyaya, starting that sentence over. The self-knowledge, the Svadhyaya, you gain on the mat is what allows you to navigate a difficult conversation with a relative without losing your center. The steady breath, the samavriti you practice is what you can call on when you're stuck in traffic and feeling your anger rise. The courage you cultivate in a vulnerable heart opener, such as camel, is the same courage you need to speak up against injustice at work or in your community. This practice is not an escape from the world. It is a profound engagement with it. It's how we fuel our activism. It's how we find the strength to be kind when it is so hard. It's how we honor that all bodies are beautiful by first learning how to honor our own. It is how we build the capacity to demand a living wage and support our unions because we first came to our mat and affirmed our own inherent worth and need for support. And as we approach the full moon in Capricorn coming up next week, this theme becomes even more important. Capricorn is the sign of the sea goat, the master of both the emotional depths, the sea, and climbing to great heights with the goat. It is the ultimate archetype of the grounded, determined explorer. This is the perfect energy to help us build a solid, reliable base camp. Now, our new and full moon rituals this month will be centered around this theme of adventurous yet grounded exploration. And if you are looking for some more astrology stuff, check out Hestia's Muse. She goes as that on all of the socials. She is a very good astrologer and a newlywed. I believe she will be back from her honeymoon Monday. All right, you guys, my darling witchlings, I adore you all. This week, your invitation is simple. Unroll your mat. Don't see it as yet another item on your to-do list or a place you have to go to, quote, work out. See it as an act of profound self-respect. See it as you, the great explorer, arriving at your base camp. Plant your flag with your feet in mountain pose. Find your safe harbor in child's pose. Gather your supplies, your breath, your focus, your courage, your curiosity, and begin to gently study the map of you. Don't forget, we have a blog post with guided journal prompts coming up. The blog will be live in about 5 minutes. Journal prompts, I believe, went out Monday. So you can find those at the yogawithdailin.com/blog-1. The prompts are along the lines of what does your base camp need to truly feel safe, and what wilderness inside you are you most afraid to explore? We've got some good prompts. And please, please, please join me tomorrow night for our Friday night guided meditation. We will be doing that special Yoga Nidra Asana practice to really embody this feeling of our mat as a safe and sacred base camp. It's free, it's for everyone, and it is a fantabulous way to end your week. I want to say thank you all for sharing your precious time and energy with me today. The adventure within is the greatest adventure there is. Please be brave enough to embark upon it. Now go out there and spread love, spread joy, and spread kindness. There is already so much darkness and hate. We don't need to add to it. Try to be a beacon of light and love for those who have lost theirs. And then go out there and tell your loved ones, be they human, scaly, furry, or feathered, that you love them beyond words. You don't know how long you're going to have with them, and I can tell you from experience that 2 a.m. phone call sucks. Also, get out of the house, touch some grass, have a fantabulously wonderful day filled with magic and joy, and always, always, always remember, you are loved, you are wanted, you are needed, and you genuinely do have a purpose here, my friends, even if you have yet to figure it out. I love you guys to bits, and I will see you next time. Have a good one, guys. Your subscription ensures you never miss a moment of mystical insight, especially if you ring that bell, for a deeper dive into exclusive content, behind-the-scenes glimpses, bonus blog posts, monthly rituals, and my weekly yoga classes. Consider popping over to Patreon and joining the coven there. If you're feeling particularly generous, a virtual coffee is always appreciated. This Gen X witch, raised on 80s vibes, thrives on caffeine and a dash of well-placed sarcasm. Are you seeking personalized guidance? Well, in that case, visit yogawithdylin.com to schedule a one-on-one yoga session where we can work together to restore balance and alignment to your mind, body, and spirit. I'm honored to craft meaningful rituals and services for all life's milestones. House blessings, cleansings, spiritual life coaching, and personalized tarot and pendulum readings are also available. Check out those offerings at dietheyogawitch.com. Don't miss out on your daily doses of divination. Tune in tomorrow for another episode, Monday through Saturday, same bet time, same bet channel, 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. And there's even more enchantment to weave into your week. Join me for our weekly rituals. Sundays, let's all gather around the cauldron for coffee and cues with Di the Yoga Witch at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays. Bring your favorite brew and we'll delve into the mystical and the everyday, answering your questions and sharing the witchy wisdom I've gathered over the last 3 decades. Thursdays, tune into Di the Yoga Witch podcast for a fusion of yoga and witchcraft designed to inspire and uplift. Friday and Saturday evenings at 8:30 p.m. Seattle time, we offer some unique experiences. Fridays are for relaxation and inner connection. We zen our way into the weekend and unwind with guided meditation or yoga nidra asana, tapping into your inner magic and bringing that magical life into your yoga practice. Saturday evenings, brace yourself for Bitch and Witch Angry Veteran Rants. I will be tackling current events that spark my passionate opinions, offering perspectives and suggestions for positive change.